We're here with Michael Harper of Harper Motors, looking at what really matters when you get your car serviced. So, Michael, how long have you been in business?
I've been in business now 30 years. I started off in High Wycombe, and through expansion programs over the last sort of 30 years, we've ended up here in Maidenhead.
And how long have you been in Maidenhead?
I've been in Maidenhead since 1997.
Oh, quite a long time. 15 years. About half the time you've been in business.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So you're a well-established company. You've obviously been around for quite a while. And what type of services or what type of things do you do for people?
Well, basically, we do nearly everything apart from bodywork. So the servicing intervals normally split into two, which is either an oil and filter service, which is an intermediate service, or major service, which is, in other words, a full service. And that depends on mileage and how many miles that you do a year. We do cam belts, air conditioning now. We got so frustrated with other trades where we needed things like air conditioning doing for us when a car was in for service, and we'd be sort of told, well, we can't do it till sort of 2 or 3 days time. And of course, while the customer's car was with us at the workshop, it seemed sort of logical to try and get it done all at the same time, rather than sort of say, well, come back another day for have the air conditioning done. So we invested in the air conditioning machine, and the same with the diagnostic machine. We were sort of getting other people to sort of come and do our diagnostics, and it got to a sort of stage where we phoned them up to say, can you come and have a look at this? Well, we can't do it for 2 days. Well, you've got the car here for servicing, and it was so frustrating that we couldn't get things done much quicker. So we've invested heavily in the equipment ourselves, and the product knowledge and training.
So this is the AutoLogic diagnostic system that you have. How does this actually help you?
Well, basically this is a platform here for interrogating the various ECUs on the car. So basically we start off by just going to automatic detection, which detects then exactly which vehicle we're actually working on. And once this boots itself up, it gives me all the information about the car.
So this basically, doesn't matter what it says on the badge, you can just plug this in and it'll tell you.
Yeah, this gives me everything from the chassis number to the manufacturer's year, and basically it tells me what ECUs are on this specific car. And then we press continue, and there it gives us all the different control units in blocks.
Okay. So this without this equipment, how effective could you really be as a mechanic on a modern day car like this?
Very ineffective, totally. Yeah. You are then just down to trying to work out and it's just so difficult to try and predict what component has gone down, that you literally could spend hundreds of pounds or even thousands trying to get to what's cured it.
So this is why you now specialise specifically in the Volkswagen Audi group of cars, what's that? That's Volkswagen, Audi...
Skoda and Seat.
Skoda and Seat, yeah.
Yes. Obviously, as we explained before, I started off sort of 30 years ago, and for the last 20 years we've specialised in the Volkswagen group, mainly because, the 20 years ago they were a very, very good marque, very, very popular, so we continued that on. But of course, technology has moved on very, very quickly too, and Audi were one of the front runners with a lot of this equipment, and now we're here trying to repair them.
Vorsprung durch Technik, as they say.
Absolutely, yeah.
So you can do obviously all the servicing, diagnostics. So if people have got unusual sounds coming from the car, they can come along. I know cars I've had over the years, you've done things like suspension, tyres, air conditioning. Obviously, is a specialist thing these days. You need to be licensed to do it. And you specialise in what type of cars mainly?
Mainly Volkswagen, Audi, Skoda and Seat, which are part of the VAG group. Mainly because, as I said before, we have the diagnostic equipment that will allow us to do nearly everything on that car that a main dealer could do. We do have diagnostic machines for other cars, but obviously they are limited to actually what we can do with that equipment.
I was going to say, I've got a Ford, and you've never had a problem fixing anything I've had wrong with a Ford.
No, because the equipment that we use enables us to go so far. Unfortunately, you've been lucky that the parts that have gone wrong with yours don't need more advanced diagnosis or more repairs, because sometimes the items need to be coded, which needs a specialist equipment then to be able to code the different items in, which a lot of the time, if we can't do it, we normally know somebody who can, so we get around it that way.
Okay, great.